Hello, Crafty Clan. I hope you're all doing well. I promised you last week I would talk about the Etsy shipping changes to the United States. This is something that goes live tomorrow, so I just realised I didn't have time to think about this and make a decent video. I had to pop on and chat to you about it tomorrow. Um, it is something, well, they just reminded us of it last week. It's something that was mentioned earlier on in the summer. I think I totally missed it, or I forgot about it. I don't get all the messages for US things because I'm not based in the US, so I can miss these things. But I think this is important. It clearly was some kind of an idea, some kind of an advanced warning of what was coming with the star seller system. So it was important for us to have spotted that, and it also hopefully will help give us some ideas of what's going on for those of us who are international. But anyway, yeah, so there are changes that are going live tomorrow. I'm sorry this is last minute. I only heard about this on Thursday, and yeah, I'm exhausted. Let's be honest. Entirely my own fault, not just constantly having to catch up and make videos for Etsy things, but see if you buy coffee, new lovely ground coffee, and you're going to make yourself some coffee, and you you've just ordered in some food, your groceries. That's the word for, because it'll be Americans watching today. You've just ordered in your groceries, and there's some coffee in there. It's 9 o'clock at night. Shouldn't really have a coffee, but you just make a wee one. Yeah, if it's called Java Lava coffee, like Java Lava Extreme Coffee, it's gonna keep you up all night. So I've had like 3 or 4 hours sleep. So sarcasm, cheek, whatever might be running high. But let's get into this. Have you guys all seen this? Have you got an idea of what's coming up? What do you think of all of this? And when did you spot it? I think most people only really noticed it last week, so not much advanced notice. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so in the forums, and there was a mail out, I've seen some people mention it, but we have reminder, new tracking requirements for orders. Let's get the whole title. Click, click, click. For new tracking requirements for orders shipping from the US starts August the 11th. And today's August the 10th, so tomorrow. Okay, there's a link to this as well because it can be hard to find some things in the forum sometimes. But here we go. As a reminder, starting August the 11th, sellers shipping from the United States will need to add tracking number to most orders £10 or more shipped to a buyer in the US before you can mark it as complete. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Which is really weird because they're starting it in the 11th of August, but they're starting counting the star seller thing from the beginning of June, which is sort of when I think this announcement came out. Why we're making this change. This sounds very similar to the star shipping thing. Shoppers will want to know exactly where their package is and when it will arrive, and providing these details to buyers up front means you can spend less time responding to messages from shoppers looking for their order. Adding tracking also helps you with your star seller shipping performance, putting you one step closer to earning a shiny wee badge. My emphasis there. So buyers will know you'll meet your expectations. Okay, I get that. I am aware that in the US it seems to be more standard to have tracking. But people who aren't using it will be not using it for a good reason, perhaps using types of shipping, that doesn't cover tracking or something, and they're doing that for a reason, in my opinion. How this works. When you purchase a label with tracking on Etsy, will automatically share the tracking number with the shopper in America. No, it doesn't quite work everywhere else. There's nothing else you need to do to mark the order as complete. So yeah, if you're getting your shipping labels with tracking, if everything's set up, which I imagine 90% is American sellers, this will be okay. Let me know in the chat. Are you in the US and do you ship with tracking? And most importantly, and if you do, don't need to worry, but there are some other details coming up. But if you don't ship with tracking, let me know why you don't. Is this going to hurt you? Um, if you purchase your own label, you need to manually enter the tracking number provided by the carrier when you mark the order as complete. Fair enough, I guess. Again, I know certainly in the UK, they are not reading the tracking numbers properly from the post office. So I bet you there's some carriers in the US that the system isn't reading properly. So again, let me know if you've had trouble with that, with Etsy updating the tracking when you've put it in from a different country. We know it's not always possible to offer changes, so this change to offer tracking words. So this change doesn't apply for the following instances: digital items, including custom digital items. Well, that's not quite true. Digital items, absolutely, but there is no option for custom digital items. When people are making custom digital items, they have to put them in as physical because there's no way to ship them at a later date. So no, that already doesn't work. Customized order editions linked to another order. Yeah, absolutely. And these aren't working yet. But yes, if someone wants an edition, they want to scale up and you make another listing, or, I've seen people like add a hat, adding things, and yeah. Sorry, I'm not making sense. 3 hours sleep, so not good for you. Local pickup and delivery options. Again, they're aware of this. They appear to have been aware of this for months now. It's not fixed yet, though, so it's going live, but there isn't an option for putting in local pickup that seems to work. Oversized and heavy items. Okay, interesting. So you don't get tracking for super big items either, which is not counted in the star seller though. So, or it's not been mentioned as far as I've seen yet. You'll also have the option to choose other and add a quick explanation for why you can't add tracking for an order. Okay, learn more about the changes we're making to streamline in the handbook. We'll head there. So the other is okay, I guess there's an option, but it seems that's not going to help you with the star seller. I'm just going to check the chat and then we will go and have a seller handbook. So yeah, while doing that, oh, I should do this. Could you guys see that? I showed a blank screen when I was looking there. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Hang on. Are we live again? Oh my goodness! Right, somebody please let me know if we're still going live. Oh my goodness! Right, okay. Oh, okay, guys, can you let me know in the chat if we are still going live? In fact, I'm going to check over on my end as well. Oh my goodness! If anyone's hearing me, yeah, my internet went out, and then my Chrome tab. Apparently, we're still live. Right, hold on. Hush this up. Hopefully, Calm Pam will resume in a moment. Let's just see if you can actually see anything yet. Isn't internet wonderful? Yeah, my internet went down and then the Chrome tab totally froze. So I don't even know if you're seeing anything. This is the worst stream I have ever had. Nightmare. Let's see. I'm back. Everyone's saying, oh, thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me. That is so annoying. Right, I have to sort out my screen sharing again. Check the chat and then, oh, guys, thank you so much for staying with me. In fact, well, there's some really cool thing. My internet totally went down. My computer went down, but the software continued running the stream in the background. Fantastic. Right, I'll get back into the chat and then we'll get on to the next bit. Oh, for goodness sake. That's the joy of live. Where did we get to? Amelia, hi there. Hello, Pam and everyone. Maria, everything I ship is with tracking. I'm so glad that most of you won't get hurt with this. There are some slightly other things in the article that I think a lot of people won't have seen yet, so we will go through that. But quickly, because that's the second time my internet's gone down today, and that's like, it's been about 16 months since the last time it went down. Angela, New York, US here. I always use tracking, always have, always will. It's a cover your butt thing. Oh, I absolutely agree, especially if it was in the US. You know, it seems it's pretty standard. People expect it. So everyone you're competing against, it's totally normal. It's just not so normal in the rest of the world. We've managed fine without shipping. It's like in the UK, it's hardly worth it. If I ship a parcel, well, I just shipped a parcel today. Now they have a kind of basic tracking for free when you do a parcel first class, but I never even used to put in the code because there's no point. It will be there tomorrow most of the time. Even in the middle of the nastiness that happened last year, they were still getting there pretty well. Like our island is small and our postal service is pretty good. I mean, I'm not one to say, oh, our post office is the best. It totally isn't. It's just we have a high population density, and most people are in like city area, you know, close to a city area, so it's quite easy to do the logistics. And then this was the point in the chat where everyone's saying I was I was frozen. Oh, so sorry. Jamie finally caught up live and now you're frozen. Oh, guys, thank you for waiting around for me to sort this out. Oh, that's really weird. I'm definitely supposedly back, but I can't see how many people are watching or anything now. And I can't see how many thumbs up you give me. Give me a thumbs up for persevering anyway, and I'll see them when I get out. But oh, that's Blue Star, but it's a 3 and a 5. Etsy doesn't want us to get help. Yeah, I don't think Etsy has power over YouTube yet. Google's a good bit bigger than Etsy. Mike, she didn't receive her Etsy star, which froze the show. Yeah, I've been working towards seeing if I can get my Etsy star, just for no reason other than seeing if I can do it because I was so far away when it came out. But I think the shipping is going to be an issue with me. I mean, yeah, Etsy punishing you for things beyond your control. No way. And also, damn, they have a long reach. Yeah. That would be scary, wouldn't it? But yes, apparently I'm live again. Oh, sorry. Sorry for that, guys. Zen Shen. Oh, what an awesome name. Hi, Pam. I'm from Russia. I love your positive vibe. Oh, positive view on everything. Thank you so much. And Jamie, hello there. And everyone else I missed. I don't know if all the chat came in. Um, Blue Star, you see 24 people watching. Awesome. Cool. I'm using a different piece of software to stream to, so I can't see what you're seeing. It's confusing. It's a thing. But the reason I do it is if outages happen like this, if this had happened when I was streaming directly, then everything would be lost. As it was, it just kind of holds it until I literally had to log off and log on to, dive into everything. It was a panic. um, Mike, new starting on October, post office reports up to 2 extra days to deliver first class mail. This is why I don't want to be responsible for delivery time. Eatsy's going that way where I am responsible. Oh, right. Yeah. So I can see the post office are saying that they're just being honest. They're saying, look, it's taken us longer. So we're going to say it's taken us longer. Christmas is always a nightmare. We're going to say it's a bit of a nightmare. And I hate to say it, that this might still not be the easiest of Christmas. I'm hoping that whole lager lurgy spike that you're having over in America is going to follow the trend of what the UK one did. And I'm not saying we're out of the woods here yet, but hopefully it's just a quick spike. But we don't know how long these things are going to bubble on. We don't know I don't want to be right positive. Yeah, but I've stopped that, Pam. Anyway, let's get into the next page, and hopefully this doesn't crash the entire internet. So this is the link that was from the mail that I think most people haven't seen, but there we go. Yeah, it was the 12th of July this came out, and I didn't really see anyone talking about it at the time. But even the star seller system was counted, has been counted from July to the end of August to get your badge. So they were thinking about all of this. And if people were paying attention, I guess it sort of gave people in the US, if they followed these things, a little heads up for what they needed to be doing. But it didn't help the rest of us. And yes, before anybody freaks out, I have 685 unread messages on Etsy. Do you see why I'm going to struggle with the star seller badge? Anyway, so Etsy saying we're investing in our delivery tools to make the experience of selling on Etsy more streamlined, so you spend more time on the part of your business you love. Oh, doesn't that sound like a great idea? Um, We're making improvements to our delivery tools so you can quickly share order details with shoppers and spend less time answering questions. A smoother process means time saving for you and happier customers. Okay, as ever, those kind of things sound great to start with. Let's see. Over the next few months, we'll be making a few changes for sellers dispatching from the US to buyers in the US. These changes won't apply to digital listings, and some exclusions may apply. So, what they're changing, estimated delivery date, that's kind of what Mike's talking about, tracking, and the markers complete system. So I'm not sure when all of these are coming in, but well, the big one what we just mentioned is coming in tomorrow. So I imagine these are too. Mike, yeah, the problem is Etsy cutting the delivery date short, which causes buyer disappointment. More than buyer disappointment, if Etsy's saying it should have been delivered by a certain time and it isn't because out of your control, Etsy sends a request to the buyer to ask them what to give their feedback, and they're like, ain't got it yet, so 1 star. And then 1 star messes up everything in your shop. Melanie, hi there. Okay, add estimated delivery date details to save a listing or delivery profile to help buyers feel more confident making a purchase. I don't hate this idea. I do look on eBay when I'm buying from eBay to see when it's due, but it is hard to estimate delivery dates. Um, I mean, yeah, I know in the States, do you have different shipping profiles for different states? Because obviously it can take different amounts of time if it's going to one city or if it's going several states away. I hope at least like Hawaii and Alaska, you can put in a different shipping profile to say it's going to be a bit later, mate. Um, we use the delivery company mail class processing time and origin. Is it just me or is ET writing this really badly? I know what they're trying to say. We use the delivery company mail class processing time and origin postcode you add to your listings, um, or delivery profiles. Okay, so either they'll use the company's what your delivery company or your delivery profile to calculate an estimated delivery date to show shoppers. An estimated delivery date lets your customers know when their order is expected to arrive, a key piece of information they look for when shopping on Etsy. Seeing all this info up front also helps buyers feel more confident making a purchase. You'll need to add these previously optional details when you create or save a listing or delivery profile. Okay, so you didn't used to have this was an optional step, but now you have to add it. Or it doesn't even tell you when this is going live. Guys, do you have to do this already or is this coming in? Um, Jamie, you emailed Etsy because I was going over my monthly statements and I was charged 26 cents for shipping last month. I usually use Pirate Ship and it integrates with Etsy. Not sure why I was charged. That is a weird random shipping charge. So yeah, be sure and keep an eye on your fees for shipping. I know it's such a small amount that most people wouldn't notice it. That is very bizarre. Please let me know what they say. Naughty Dog Fine Art Studio. For customers' digital listings, I upload my contract for people to download. That way, something is delivered right away, and then I work with the buyer on their digital item. Yes, Etsy has suggested that it will work for some people. I I just don't prefer it. I prefer to keep my orders in Etsy so I can look and say I did do some custom digital work. I've kind of stepped away from that because I'm I don't know, I never seem to be in the same mood all the time to do art as I do for felting. Don't know why. But I like to be able to, put it through my Etsy system to say, okay, this is in process. I'm working on this rather than do it delivered. Because at the same time, then Etsy's thinking you've finished it, so you'll be asking the customer for a review and stuff. But yeah, that is the option that Etsy is saying that they want you to do. Um, I mean, yeah, Etsy is essentially creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of getting bad reviews with estimated delivery times, with getting bad reviews with estimated delivery times being unreliable and notoriously unrealistic. Yeah, well, if that starts to happen, would prefer if it doesn't, but hopefully that would get them to get their finger out because that's going to hurt them. Because if customers are constantly unhappy, they'll stop using Etsy. It's not just going to hurt us as individual sellers, it hurts the reputation of the entire platform. Jamie, thank you so much. You'll keep us posted on the shipping fee. It was quite low and seemed strange. It's so random. Um, okay, let's get back into this. I get distracted so easily. Delivery company and mail class will use this info to determine how long it will likely take for a package to arrive after you dispatch it. And don't worry, we'll automatically adjust estimated delivery dates for you if we see that carriers are expecting delays. So you're always going to give shoppers the best estimate of when their order will arrive, even during busy times of the year. So that's saying they should, like for USPS, be updating when they change their times. Etsy should change for you. Let, let me know how it works out. Processing time, the number of days you'd need to make or design the item and get it handed off to the delivery company. Absolutely make sure be generous with these, as we spoke about before. Um, they're expecting they're not counting holidays. That some people are saying they're not counting weekends and everything. So even if you can ship it next day, give yourself like 2 to 3 days just in case. And postcode, adding your postcode makes our estimate even more accurate because we know exactly where you're dispatching from. For example, delivering from New York to California takes more time than delivering within New York. Hey, that's it's like Eatsy's listening to me. So this allows us to help set up expectations with buyers. Okay, so that's coolish. Um, I do wonder if things were working before. If they weren't broke, why are we fixing them? But okay, so if the integrations work, they're keeping. The other thing I would say, if you find your shipping company takes longer than it's suggesting it'll take, perhaps add a little bit to your processing time so that your customers aren't getting told it'll arrive before it arrives. It's always better to underpromise and overdeliver, in my opinion. Naughty dogs. Yeah, no, I realized you meant custom. I'm just didn't sleep last night, so my my reading comprehension is not its up to its usual standard, and I'm not sure what that standard is. These delivery details can be added to individual listings or to a delivery profile. So make sure and edit the delivery profiles are great if you aren't using them. You can attach all your listings to a profile or certain listings to certain profiles. And then if you edit the delivery profiles, it edits everything. So yeah, make sure and dive into all your shipping profiles and make sure you're up to date with all of that. Lets you apply the same delivery details to multiple listings at once. Etsy help section shows you how to set it up. Hopefully everyone knows how to do it. I could totally, well, I was going to say I could do a demo on how to do it, not just now. I could do a demo on how to do it, but I'm not sure if they're different in different countries in the world. That would be interesting. Over the next few months, these delivery details will be required when a listing renews. Okay. Yeah, so has this come in for you guys yet? Let me know if a listing's set to auto renew will expire at the end of the 4-month period if they're missing these details, or will be deactivated after being sold instead of auto renewing, depending on your listing settings. So that is a big deal, actually. You've got to keep an eye out if you haven't noticed, because if you had plenty of inventory in one of your top selling listings and it's sold and you don't tend to check, it might sell and then go into deactivated and you haven't noticed. So really keep an eye out. I get why they're doing that, but that could catch people out. Add these details to your listings and your delivery profile to save times when these changes go into effect. We'll share more information to help you get ready before these details are required for renewal. So they are supposed to message you about it, but we know how good the messages are for things. So guys, really important tonight, after you get off this video, please go and check that your delivery statuses, to check your shipping on your listings is okay. Check that stuff that was meant to auto renew has auto renewed, and check that sold stuff hasn't become deactivated. Really important, just in case. Right. Zenshen, because of international shipment delays, customer wanted full refund as estimated delivery deadline was over. I had to give a full refund in order to get a not to get a bad review. So we got the money and the product. I get that, but I I don't instantly refund a customer. It depends how badly the delays are, but I, especially at Christmas time, I have had not loads, but enough customers get in touch and go, "Where's my item?" And even without tracking, I just say, "This is how long it usually takes. You're still within that window. Do you mind waiting and getting back to me if it's not arrived by blah de blah de blah?" And then if they get back to me, I'll be like, Okay, that is running a bit late. Can you check with your post office and your neighbours to make sure that it's not appeared? And then once they've done that, once they've come back to me twice to to be working with me, that's when I will refund and say it's missing and chase it up with the post office. Do not freak out about getting a bad review. If you're still working with a customer, that you're still doing your best customer service. I think too many people are freaking out over bad reviews and bend over backwards too much, which is letting some customers bully some sellers. In general, I haven't had trouble, and even I've had customers I've refunded, and their item has turned up months later, and they've contacted me and paid for it again. Just keep the conversation, nice and friendly and polite, and especially, like we're in this horrible worldwide situation. I noticed that shipping is delayed in the area that your parcel was likely to pass through, anything like that. Um Michelle, have I been calling you Michael? Michelle, sorry. Um, if you update or add a listing, you have to add the completion shipping time, which is now mandatory of the last 2 to 3 months. Okay, so when they were warning us about this, it was already live. I go out as long as possible since I sell custom items. Yeah, same. I think I'm on at least 6 weeks just now, sometimes longer. Mike, the buyers are not reading the processing times. The buyers are not reading anything. I still daily I get the question, when's it going to ship? They're trying to fix buyer problems through the sellers. That's true. Yeah. They're seeing a lot of problems, and in general it's not problems with us, it's problems with the buyers not reading. Unfortunately, you're right. I mean, yeah, I had to contact Etsy to mark successful delivery that was showing pre-transit. So the positive thing is they do mitigate some of the issues when you ask them. Oh, absolutely. The individual Etsy staff are great. I have a good relationship with a number of them. I have had nothing but lovely help from the people. And if you contact them, they do what they can. And I can tell you from the little bit of work I do in sort of customer service, they're probably sitting there like as mad as you. They will be shouting at people on the downstream as like, this complaints I'm getting from the sellers. These complaints I'm getting. This is not right. Fix it. So yes, Etsy isn't a humongous blob of sameness. It's a load of individuals, and most of them are awesome. So yes, they do help you. Definitely contact Etsy if you have a real problem. Um, okay, we'll get through some more of this, and then I'll get some more of the chat. Add tracking before marking an order as complete to save time answering delivery questions and get extra protection. Okay, I understand that. I just did that today. I shipped out an order, and usually, as I have closed the box, put the label on, as my parcel is complete, I'll hit complete. So I can work through them all and keep a track of everything. But today I waited and then I came back and I put the tracking number in. It's not going to update because I'm in the UK and they don't notice the number. But still, I did it that way around. So this is a starting tomorrow one. Starting on the 11th of August, you'll need to add a tracking number to any order over $10 or more dispatched to a buyer in the US before you can mark it as complete. Ooh. Ooh. Shoppers want to know exactly where their package is and when it will arrive. Providing these details upfront to buyers upfront means you can spend less time responding to messages from shoppers looking for their order. Plus, tracking offers extra protection for some orders. Any non delivery cases opened against your shop for orders of $10 or more will be automatically closed when you provide a tracking number that shows the order was scanned and on its way to the buyer. Okay, yeah, that's the non-delivery cases. That was supposed to be a thing anyway, but that is interesting. You have to add a tracking number before you can mark it as complete. Guys, can tomorrow, if anyone's shipping tomorrow, can you let me know how that happens, especially for the ones that don't have shipping or yeah, that's interesting. When you purchase the label with tracking on Etsy, we'll automatically share it. There's nothing you need to do. So yeah, everybody who's using Etsy labels in the US and they come with tracking, you'll be fine. Everything's dealt with on that way for you. But you need to mark it. And we know that it's not always possible to offer tracking, so this change won't apply in the following instances. But I don't, if they're saying you can't mark it as complete, how do they know if you're doing local pickup? Because there isn't an option for that. And oversized and heavy items. Okay, but you'll also have the option to choose other and add a quick explanation for why you can't add tracking to an order. So yeah, it sounds like we're gonna, not we, I'm in the UK, but the US customers, your sellers, you're gonna have to hit other, use other as the shipping method to be able to mark it as complete. Um, and mark an order as complete only when it's with the delivery company to avoid buyer confusion. When an Etsy order is marked complete, we'll send an email to the buyer to let them know the order is on its way. Getting a notification that their order has been dispatched when it's still in your studio can create confusing experience for shoppers. Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm talking about I box them all up and I drive to the post office as soon as I'm finished boxing them up. But they're saying wait till you've shipped it and come home and then say it's done. We make it super easy with postage labels purchased on Etsy. When you purchase your postage, just choose the date you plan to drop it off, and we'll automatically mark it as complete and send the customer the email on that date. That is another option. You can set the date to tomorrow, and then you'll be able to add the tracking if Etsy's not going to automatically do it. Yeah. If you manually mark your orders complete, choose the date you plan to drop off the package. Okay, I mean, look, it's only the same day. So if you're sending it the same day, yeah, you don't have to wait till it's physically at the post office. If you use a third-party delivery platform, unfortunately, at the moment, you won't be able to choose a future dispatch date. That is weird. But I suppose if you're using a third-party delivery platform with a tracking number, then once you put in the tracking number, you can come back and put in the tracking number. There's a few things you can do to make sure you're ready for these changes. Make a note of your stated dispatch by date. You can find them for each order under orders and delivery in your shop manager. So yeah, check out your dispatch date. Second, check with your local post office to understand what times they close, so you know when you need to drop off packages. If you drop off packages late in the day, they might not be dispatched until the next morning. You may be able to schedule a pickup, so you'll always know when your orders will be handed off to the carrier. The USPS offers free pickup for eligible packages. That's cool. Anyway, that's nice of them. Right, I'll check the chat and then we'll see if the FAQs are any good. Um, um, Blue Star, I'm not at home for this whole week and the only internet is from my phone, but I'll change the shipping times to a week to ship instead of 3 days. Yeah, absolutely important to do if you're going away and stuff. Um, Mike just had 2 orders with no house number. Because of this, Etsy would not allow me to print the label. Etsy said it's my problem to contact the buyer. That's a good point. I don't know if this is something that's common in America, but in the UK, not all houses have a house number. We're weird, and some houses have names instead of numbers. Must be a nightmare for the postman until he learns the area. Um, so yeah, if Etsy won't let you print a label because the house doesn't have a number, that's not your fault. And Mike, we're worried about reviews. 2 to 3 one-star reviews can close your account. That's too strict. Um, I haven't heard of 2 to 3 one-star reviews closing your account. The ODR thing that was about last year, that would have happened, but it was a long drawn out process. If you have a couple of 2 to 3 one-star reviews, then you had a load of time where they would reassess you. If uh, if you've only made 4 sales and 3 of them come back with a one-star review, then yeah, it's possible they'll close you down. But if you're making steady sales and you get a few bad reviews and a ton of good ones, I don't believe they're going to shut you down for that. I mean, yeah, I have very generous estimated delivery times because I'm a bit paranoid. Is that still a good idea? And does that hurt me in search? I do not believe that your estimated shipping times has any impact in where you're placed in search. For customers who do actually pay attention and read these things, it might put them off if they want something shipped quickly, but at the same time, you're being honest. If someone wanted something next day, they don't want to buy from you. Don't mean to be rude. That sounds rude. You know what I mean. So no, it doesn't hurt you. I mean, my processing times are 6 weeks. I don't even know if I've got delivery times on my listings. I'll have to check that. My shop's been around since 2008, and some of my listings are 11 years old. I do need to kind of check them. I mean, yeah. OMG, yeah, worked in a call center, which is now my favorite idea of what hell is. My sympathies. That sounds a nightmare. Feel sorry for all the employees of Eatsy's help center. Exactly. I hope they had plenty of warning that this was coming because they will have known there would have been howls of protest. Um, Mike, in the USA, once we print the label, it's taken off our shipping list automatically. There's no extra step to mark complete. Ah, interesting, cool. Yeah, I'm going to try shipping labels again for when I next get an order to America and see how the Etsy process is. Not looking forward to it. It was a nightmare last time, but we'll see. Um, Priscilla, yeah, that's totally something Mike can do is to push the shipping date out while you wait to hear from the buyer. Um, and if they don't get back, cancel the order. Absolutely, if you believe it's an incorrect address. It's always worth checking. I don't know how things are in the States, but I I bet if some places in the UK we have houses that don't have numbers, I bet you that's something somewhere in the US because you had people come from here and recreate their hometowns a little bit over there, so it might be a thing. I mean, yeah, you're most welcome. Right, let's finish off these FAQs, or oh, it looks long. Let's go through them as far as we can before we all get bored. Um, do these changes apply to my shop if I don't dispatch from the US? No, right now. Do we see that? Right now, these changes only apply to listings that dispatch from the US to customers in the US. If you're based outside the US but you dispatch your items using third party in the US, these changes will apply to your listings that dispatch from the US. Okay, yeah. So if, say, you're using a print on demand company and that print on demand company is printing in the US, and this applies to you as well. And they're saying not right now. So all international sellers, beware, this is likely to roll out to all of us. Or a version of it. How do I add processing time, mail class, delivery company, and origin zip? You can add these details in the delivery section of each listing or to a delivery profile. A delivery profile, yeah, we've got that. Delivery profiles, yeah, understand all that. What happens if I don't update my listings or delivery profiles with estimated delivery details before they're required for listing renewal? They need to be renewed every 4 months or after they're sold. Yeah, if you don't do it, your items will become inactive. Um, what if I can't offer tracking for my particular products? We know this is not always possible to offer tracking, so the change won't apply to certain types of items. You'll also have the option to choose other and add an explanation why you can't add tracking for an order. Okay. Just gonna check the chat again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can change you can extend the date of an order once. I don't know how long for. Yeah. Oh, Mike, they gave you the house number, but you can't print the label because it's not on the order. Is there a way to update that? I'm not sure. Maria, we'll have emergency addresses. I'm not sure of what you mean. We the houses that have names instead of numbers, it's still basically the most important thing is we have the postcode, and our postcodes in general narrow. It's like your zip codes, but they narrow down to a really kind of small area. So it's say it's like half a street or something. So with the postcode, the postman knows what street it's to be on, and then he's just got to find the name of the house. So it's a legitimate address, basically. But even then, sometimes the postmen are amazing. My dad was actually a minister in a village in the Highlands, and someone sent a letter. I think it was a Christmas card or something, but it said the minister and the town he was in, and the postman brought it, and it was a small enough place that the postman would open the door and put it on the side on the telephone table as he went in. Different world, they don't do that in the city. Um, doesn't buying a postage label on Etsy mark the order as complete? Yes, when you purchase a postage label, we automatically mark the order as complete for you. If you're not planning to drop the package off with a carrier, you can choose a dispatch date up to 2 days in the future. We'll mark the order as complete and send the notification to your shopper on the day you choose. What should I do if I don't purchase my postage labels on Etsy? Bring the package to your delivery company, purchase the postage with tracking. After you've dropped it off, fill in the tracking number and mark it as complete. Oh, it's cool. There's loads of comments underneath this, but have Etsy answered them? No, they haven't. Okay, so last wee bit. What's next? We've already made several improvements to our delivery tools and will continue to make even more over the next few months to make the delivery process smoother for you. We'll share more updates about the timing of specific changes as they get closer. Okay, so that's what they've got there. Okay, so it's not major changes, but it is still changes. I think the most important thing is to make sure your shipping profiles are all right and make sure that your items have renewed themselves and you don't have stuff stuck not renewed, because that would be a total pain. Oh, that looks so disgusting. It's just dissolved vitamins, because I'm a big kid and need to drink flavored vitamins. um, Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Otherwise, I think we'll leave it. I still have to go through the Q&A for the star seller and see if there's any like hidden gems, and by gems I mean dog turds, that we missed in the Q&A. But yeah, overall, I think hopefully we're done with emergency panic things and we can get back into doing just regular calm talking about Etsy. And for all of this, like, don't panic. Etsy makes changes every single summer, or for the past few since Josh started. Etsy makes big changes every single summer. Everybody freaks out, and then they don't really do much. The ODR came in. OMG, nightmare. This is terrible. This is going to shut all shops down. Really hate this. This is horrible. Oh, they backpedaled the ODR basically without telling us, and this is just the replacement for it. The ODR didn't work. The punishing people for not being good puppies. They discovered that punishment training is bad, and they're going to try some reward training. So if we're good little sellers, which a lot of these things are not within our control, so it's nothing to do with us being good little sellers. But if we're good little sellers, they give us a shiny star. So so they're hoping that reward will make us be good sellers. Unfortunately, the only thing that's within our control really is the replying to customer messages. And yes, that might help us focus our mind a bit and be cool. Yeah, be cool about it all. But the rest of it, like, we can't control if a buyer gives us 5 stars. If they decide to give us 4 stars and we did nothing wrong, we can't do better than we did with a customer that'll never give 5 stars because what is it? 5 stars is for perfection and only God's perfect, as I heard someone say their buyer had told them they would reserve 5 stars for God. I mean, what do you do? Um but yeah, so don't panic. And also, yeah, we had the free shipping thing. If you didn't offer free shipping, your listings wouldn't be showing. Really? I'm still selling. I'm not offering free shipping. And yeah, they added in the off-site ads, and I know some people still don't like them, and they're not fair for everybody. Of course, they're not. But in the main, the off-site ads are far better than the regular Etsy ads. So yeah. Um, Blue Star. So we can't buy stamps from the post office anymore. Is this going to affect UK seller shipping to the US? Okay, the changes that I was talking about today are just for the US, but it is going to change for the UK. Um, it's not a requirement just now, but you won't get your star seller badge. So if you want to get your badge, then for the US, you'll have to buy a shipping label. I'm going to try this when I'm shipping out a US order. I'll let you know how it goes. But don't freak out about getting the star seller thing. If we all continue to message them and let them know how this doesn't work for us internationally, hopefully they won't roll this out that it's a necessity for international people. Um, but but yeah, I I I like buying my stuff off of my post office. Repire, I hope I said that right. Is this affecting UK sellers shipping to the US? No. Yes and no. The star seller is, but no, this what we talked about just now is just what we talked about today, is just for US to US or people if you're selling in the UK, but you're shipping from if you've got print on demand company shipping from the US, then yes, it does apply to you. Blue star, but we're already stars. Exactly. I should make little felt stars to give out to everybody. You're all stars to me. um, and Armenia's got the don't panic, absolutely, and bring your towel. Yes, someone got the reference. um, I mean, my teachers used to say that about the best grades. Mike, we need to fix the buyers, not the sellers. Yeah, so many of these problems are created. They aren't reading. This is not McDonald's where you can just point at a picture and grunt, oh, tell me about it. Yeah, I sell custom pet sculptures, and the first word of my best-selling listing is custom dog sculpture. Now that's so on the title, the first word you see is custom. When you open up the listing, the first thing you see is custom. All the pictures are of various things, are of various dogs. The description says these are examples of my past work. You know, you're going to send me here's the steps that we're going to do to work together. And the number of people I get be like, but I wanted that one in the picture. Seriously, you just, like, look at the picture and the price and go, "Buy." Seriously. No wonder people get sent, like I got sent, but I did check, this wasn't me, but no wonder people get sent dog paddling pools that are actually sized for gerbils. Um, oh, Jamie, you've met all the requirements except the 10 items sold within their time frame. Hopefully for you, things are just about to pick up. Things can get busier. Definitely put a bit of work. Now is the time to put a bit of work into your shop because things are slowly picking up. I didn't have the 10 items because I was lazy and terrible. So as soon as this came out, if you haven't seen my video I put up yesterday of basically speedrunning Etsy, I decided to quickly research, create, and put up a listing all in one day. So you've got, hopefully you like the video. It's a bit of fun. It's a behind the scenes of what I did through the day. I'm even walking my dogs and felting and stuff. But I did that, and that was the first day. I've been working on like improving things, and my views have kind of doubled. I've had three sales since then when I didn't have the 10 for the 3 months. So I've had 3 sales already. So just getting in and being a little bit more active in your shop. I had been lazy, but active with the things that work, making new listings, um, uh, doing good, updating pictures, pushing out your social media and not spending tons of time. I'm spending maybe about 15 minutes a day, and it's really paying off in my shop just now. So hopefully keep an eye out. If yeah, keep an eye out. I'll have some videos hopefully helping with what we can do to build up our shops just now, because now is the time. Um, Tanya, oh, good point. I partly blame Etsy's poor product design layout. It doesn't encourage the buyer to even see the description. That's true. I mean, the description used to be right there under the picture, but now you have to go hunting for it because they want to show you reviews first, because somehow we've become eBay. Corey Kane, 94% 5 stars. Because you received a 4-star review 3 weeks ago from a buyer who wrote, "I thought it was cotton," referring to a cotton blended sweater. Yeah, cotton blend in the title, description, actual breakdown of materials. 3 times I described it, but 4 stars because not all cotton. Yeah, you did everything perfect. The buyer did wrong. It's not fair. Oh, Jamie, thank you. You saw my daft video. It was great. Thank you so much. Hot Flip Heidi, we are Etsy, just popped in. Well, we are Etsy sellers, hopefully. Etsy's doing some stuff. You get the replay of the video, especially important to look at if you are a US seller. If you're not, well, definitely because of one word. Because through all of this, when they said, "Does this apply to people not in the US?" they said it doesn't currently apply to people who are not in the US. Um, right, guys, I'm gonna let that's an hour. I need to nap again. I it's been a long week. Guys, have a great day. If I see anything in the Q&A that needs to be talked about, I will make some kind of a video. If Etsy does anything else crazy, keep an eye out. If you want these kind of announcements, if you want to join in these kind of lives where we talk about what's happening, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, give me a yell if you have any issues or you hear back from Etsy about anything. Phew. Yeah. Okay. Everyone have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. But yeah, have a great time, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.